Hi, this is Damien from McLeod Accessories. We're the official Australian distributors of Shoei helmets, and I'm here to introduce the new VFX-WR off-road race helmet. Brand new from Shoei. This is a very significant upgrade over the VFX-W. It's been nearly a decade since Shoei have brought out a new motocross helmet, and this thing is absolutely made to race. You can see from the shell shape here, it's very aerodynamically designed. Shoei have designed this in their wind tunnel to reduce lift, to integrate with all of the ventilation that flows through the helmet. New peak system, new everything basically. So to run through the outer shell, this is an AIM Plus shell. Now that stands for Advanced Integrated Matrix. It's a combination of fiberglass and Shoei organic fibers. So Shoei were the first ones to introduce Kevlar into their helmet construction way back in 1987. Since then they've developed their own material which has similar properties to that, but it bonds better with the fiberglass. So in this shell, it's a 6-layer laminated shell, very lightweight, very strong, and that's your first line of defense in an impact. The way it's been designed though, it's got a massive big eye port for the latest goggles. You can see it's got a lot of ridges through here. The ridges at the back, so you can put your goggle strap on and it holds in between there. Not only that, but it's for aerodynamics. It flows the air off the back of the helmet really smoothly and helps with the ventilation as well. But it also enhances the strength of the shell. So very lightweight, very strong, very high quality shell. 4 different shell sizes in this one. So each helmet from small, medium, large, XL is a different size shell. What that also means is that the foam on the inside of the helmet, the EPS expanded polystyrene foam that's there for your impact absorption, it's the shock absorber of the helmet. It's tailored, the density is tailored to provide the optimal safety for that size head and that weight of head. So you know, someone who's extra small might be 3.5 kilo, right up to 5 and plus kilos in different sizes. It's tailored perfectly to your head. The other thing with that is that you're not having all that additional bulk in the helmet. So very lightweight and strong. You can see that the brand new peak is actually integrated into the shell now. It's adjustable through 3 little screws. You can pop it down and adjust it lower and higher. It's actually got a little detent on the top of the peak that locks it in the fully up position, even if the screw's a little bit loose. So yeah, it locks up in there. It's actually designed to flow air into the helmet as well and enhance the ventilation of the helmet, which you'll see on the VFX-WR, all the vents are constantly open. Like if you're riding motocross, you're racing, you need airflow no matter what the temperature. So it's flowing air all the time. You can see there's a huge rear ventilation system here as well. New big mouthpiece, so it's a really high flow mouthpiece. This is held in with 1 little screw. You can take that out, there's a filter inside that you can wash, clean and put back in. So very easy to clean on the outside. Additional vents through the top there, so a huge amount of airflow through the helmet. When we go inside, you can see it's Shoei's 3-dimensional interior liner. So your cheek pads are actually 3-dimensionally carved foam so that they sit there and cup around your face and hold the helmet on through all the bumps, jumps, etc. So the helmet's got really good hold and it'll last well as well because it's high quality foam in there. The biggest development is inside the new VFX-WR and it's called MEDS. That's Motion Energy Distribution System. And what that means is rather than just have 2 layers of EPS foam that's there to compress and absorb an impact, the centerpiece, which I'll pop this open and we'll show some pictures as well, but you'll see when I pull the liner out, you can see there's an orange oval inside. Basically what there is there's a circular cap on pillars that slots into the outer EPS foam, and in the event of a rotational energy impact, the pillars flex and move and absorb the rotation. So they allow rotation around and give you rotational protection as well as impact protection inside the helmet. The added benefit of that is we found that you get better airflow because there's a gap between those 2 layers, so the air's flowing through there, and it actually provides a bit more comfort as well because that cap moves around a little bit, but is there to rotate in the event of a big accident. So what you'll notice about these, very lightweight. All of the VFX-WRs sold in Australia now are ECE approved, so it's ECE 2205. We've seen with the changes over the past couple of years, we had the Australian standard for many years, and a little bit over 18 months ago, they're now allowing ECE helmets in, and there's a big difference in those. With the old Australian standards, there was a test area that ran around the top of the helmet and down the side So they could test anywhere on that helmet. So helmets sold in Australia had to be the same thickness, so they're quite thick and robust. With the ECE standard, it's slightly different. And what they do is they have set test areas. So you can see there'll be a set test area on the top, one on each side above your ears and one at the back. Now, different manufacturers can obviously make helmets to pass that test. You'll see in some of the Euro brands, they'll have actually very large ventilation sections where there's no shell, there's no EPS, there's just a piece of mesh there. And that's because it's away from the test point. So at the test point, on the top of the helmet and on the sides, it passes at that section. There's no requirement to have any material in the section where it's not tested. With Shoei, their philosophy is different. They believe that you don't know where you're going to land, so you're going to have protection everywhere. And one of the things about these is the thickness of the shell is the same thickness all the way through, even down through the chin bar where it's not even tested. Shoei build very, very strong shells because that's the first line of defense. You take an impact, this helmet's going to take it, dissipate it over a big area. And then the soft EPS layers inside, well, they're the shock absorber. They're the ones that slow down the impact. So in the crown section, not only do you have a two-piece dual density interior EPS liner with a softer layer on the inside and a harder layer on the outside, you've now got this MEDS system that rotates and dissipates rotational forces, and you've got EPS foam all the way through the chin bar. So you've got full facial and cranial coverage and protection. So it's true protection all over the helmet, not just at the required set points. Very lightweight, they're around 1,250 grams. As I said, there are lighter ones on the market, but you get to that, you start to compromise the strength of the shell versus the safety of the helmet everywhere. So very lightweight, very, very comfortable. The materials inside, very high wearing ones. You've actually got soft materials against your cheeks, sweat wicking ones through the top. They're antimicrobial, so they don't end up smelling. Really easy to take out and clean. Pop them straight out, wash them back in again for the next ride. Fantastic new update. We've already had Justin Brayton come in from the States and win last year in Australia with the Supercross series wearing the American equivalent, which is actually called the VFX Evo, which, as I was just saying, is slightly different. America has their Snell testing where we're now ECE. So the VFX-W Evo will be about 200-300 grams heavier than the version that we're selling in Australia that's ECE approved. So Brayton's already won in that. We had the winner of the Dakar Rally wearing the new VFX-WR. So yeah, it's out there. It's just arrived in Australia. It's an incredible new thing. Go into your local Shoei dealer, have a look, pick it up, feel it. It's amazing. Thanks for your time.